What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's your boy Mark, and if you're a UFC fan, and you know it's the home for all international Manchester United fans at Mark and UFC fan channel, guys. We're getting ready for the watch along. I'm gonna provide to you all the information that you need and you want. Of course, we're gonna start with the starting lineups and stuff. Of course, guys. Sorry, I'm late. You know what I mean? You know how it goes sometimes. Big up to Jack Reacher in the building. Shout out to Elite Footy Talks. I hope everyone is well. Everyone will be here shortly. You know, they were just waiting for me to go live. I need to set up. I'm a little bit late, guys. Big up to all of you coming in. Of course, let's get ready to support Manchester United. And you know what that means. It's the Red Devils. It's going to be a big day for us. We're going to be taking on Tottenham Hotspurs. And of course, everyone, we're going to need a top performance from them today. It's going to be one of those interesting games. Of course, everyone, you know where Man United stands. You know where we want to be and where we hope to see. And all the performances that we expect. Of course, guys, we're going to get into it now. The starting lineups are out, of course. Let's just talk about the last run of form for Man United. Of course, we know it's interesting. The performances have been decent. Of course, we expect a top performance today. We expect to get revenge against Tottenham Hotspurs. And Man United's last run of form is looking pretty decent. Undefeated in the last 5 games, 2 draws and 3 back-to-back wins. We have not accomplished that in a long time. We have done it this season previously, but before that, it took a whole year for us to win 3 games in a row. So the boys are certainly going to be in good form, in good spirits. Definitely looking forward and up for this match today. I expect, of course, if you look at Tottenham Hotspur's last 5 games, they have not been in the best form. You know, 3 draws, 1 draw, 2 back-to-back losses, and then they drew Burnley and Manchester City. They certainly will be having some confidence in this game today. So, guys, it's going to be an interesting one for Manchester United. We're going to have to come out and give our best performance today because Tottenham, they might be thinking they can get a result. And of course, we are going to have to take that thought away from them, show a good performance, get into the match, and of course, deliver a perfect win, a big win, because we need it. Of course, we need the points. We are chasing Champions League this season, guys. It has been a long time coming. You know, we haven't been able to feel that good feeling that we may just well secure Champions League, but now it looks certainly on the cards for Manchester United, and of course, we are all here to support that. We want to see it because, I mean, the Champions League doesn't look good without Man United in it. So it's going to be an interesting situation there. Of course, Man United starting 11 is out. Let's check out the starting lineups. You know what I mean? Because we want to see who starts. Of course, you can see that scrolling at the bottom of the table. I'm going to bring it up on the screen right now as we speak as well. It's going to get interesting, folks. So the starting lineup, let's just talk about this one time, folks, because of course, you know how it goes. So the starting lineup is here, folks. You can see it there. Hold on, let me just make it a little bit bigger so you guys could see better the starting lineup. Let's just start with Man United, folks. And Michael Carrick has chosen his regular starting lineup of Sen Lamens. Diego Dallo comes in again. Harry Maguire partners Martinez in their solid partnership since he came into the team as the interim manager. Luke Shaw comes in as the left back today. Of course, Menu partners Casemiro in that midfield pivot, showing a lot of strength, creativity, and versatility in the last 3 games as well. Both Menu and Casemiro looking a very good partnership. Of course, it's going to get even more interesting as you can see. Amad Diallo comes back in, bringing some impact from the right wing, attacking threat certainly throughout the game. And of course, he's not got that goal, but he's certainly on cards to get the goal as well as a couple assists. I expect to see that today. Bruno Fernandes, Captain Magnifico. What can be said about this guy? His performances have been magnificent, epic to say the least. Of course, Matthias Cunha starting again, back-to-back games, back-to-back goals and assists. big performances coming off the bench, and of course starting the last game. You know, that goal was a wonder strike as well. Looks like I might be in for a second hot chip, guys. You're gonna laugh a second time. It could get interesting this season, folks. It could get interesting. And up front, of course, it's Brian Mbumo, starting strong, back-to-back games with goals. Of course, big performances. He's been expected to deliver, and so he has. Of course, when we look at the starting lineup of the Spuds, you know, Vicario's in goal, Van der Ven, Romero, Palhinha, the back three. Of course, Udoji comes in on the left wing, Matassa, Gallagher comes in, their new signing, and Archie Gray. Odegaard partners Xavi Simons in the attack for Spurs today, and goal scorer of the Scorpion goal, Solanke, with his arrow shots. He comes in as the striker. It's going to be an interesting performance, guys. Of course, we know both teams will be giving their best. It's going to get very interesting to see which one comes out on top. Of course, all of us are going to be hoping for Manchester United to be that team. But of course, guys, it could get really interesting because Spurs are not here to lie down. We're going to expect the best performance from the teams and, of course, a good result. The table looks very interesting, folks. You know, let's just examine it really quickly, because as we kick off today, Manchester United are in a very, very healthy position in the league table currently. You know what I mean? And to be honest, it looks very interesting, folks. This is the league table right now as it stands. Of course, Arsenal on top, just about 10 points ahead, 12 points ahead of Manchester United. Aston Villa and Man City are within touching distance. Aston Villa on 46 points, Man City on 47. It's going to be very interesting to see if Man United can chase them down, because we're on 41 points, 1 point above Chelsea, 2 points above Liverpool. Today's game is going to be very, very important for maintaining that mentality, that intensity as well. Because, of course, guys, you know and I know what can possibly happen if Manchester United certainly doesn't give their best performance. It's going to be interesting, folks. So we're going to be here. Certainly, we're going to be doing our best and, of course, cheering our boys on as the match is about to kick off. The boys are already on the pitch. They've walked out. And, of course, guys, your boy's late. So, you know, it happens sometimes. But let's get ready for the game. Of course, it's coming up live to you. Brought by your boy, Mark N. And, of course, you know what I mean. It's Manchester United. We have to win at all costs. It's just one of the things that we must do and deal with, because again, like I keep saying, folks, it's our pride on the line. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure that we keep it fit 100. Sorry that I disappeared. I just need to bring this game up really quickly so I can watch it with you. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get into the show. And the match is about to be kicked off. We're about to be on the way, folks. Let's go, Man United. Let's go. Bang, bang, guys. It's ready. The energy is here. Let's get lit, of course. You know, it's going to get really interesting. Spurs trying to end their longest drought of winning, and Thomas Frank as a manager, unable to get 3 points for a long, long time. It's going to be a very interesting match. It's going to be a very interesting one, guys, and we're here for it. Of course, Man United, we expect a victory, 100%. We're not expecting anything less. But you know, guys, we can't afford to let Spurs win. We can't afford to give them any hope or any chances. It must be victory at all costs. You know what I mean? Brian and Boomer almost getting a goal shot coming in there. I reckon we could have been in with a chance. And he couldn't keep it down there in Boomo, but certainly a very good strike. Almost putting Man United ahead on the 92nd mark. Nice vibes there, nice vibes, strong attacking intent. This is what we are talking about, folks. Big up to Ray Carl in the building. Shout out to Jack Reacher as well coming in. Guys, what are your thoughts today? I haven't been able to ask you. You know, I was late to the watch along, so you know it's one of those things. It's been, I don't even have my kit on yet, but you know, second half is coming. I'm gonna grab it shortly. You know what I mean? Throw my kit on, the red kit. You know how we do, folks. You gotta rock your Man United. So tell me, Ray, how do you feel about today's game? What are your thoughts? Yeah, certainly attacking intent. Ray says he thinks we might win. It might be interesting. Yeah, Ray, you know what I mean? I can't say I don't. I disagree. I think certainly Man United are going to be up for this game. You know, it's going to be one of those things where, you know, the performance is expected to be off the charts today, back off of 3 wins. You know, United could certainly hurt any team. And when you consider the performances building up to this game, it certainly gives you a sense of possibility that Man United can deliver. You know what I mean, Ray? Oh man. Big up to all of you joining. You know what I mean? 5 gifted memberships. Shout out to each and everyone who given a member. Yeah, Lemons did make a mistake there, but you know, he hopefully cleans himself up. You know what I mean? He does make some mistakes now. Again, he's not perfect, but certainly, you know, Lemons is certainly a top prospect, and he's here to improve. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Big up to Ray Carl in the building. Shout out to you, my bro. Ray Carl, the legend of my channel, one of the members who's been here since I've began my journey as a YouTuber. All the support, bro. Big up to you, bro. Thank you so much. Tottenham in that ugly yellow kick. Luke Shaw winning the ball there, but a free kick. free kick is. You know what I mean? I mean, to be fair, guys, I'm a bit behind. Shout out to Hayden Pro Broski. What you saying, my guy? What's good? What's good? What's going on with you today? How are you enjoying the game so far, Broski? Wrong, Mike. United still gonna win. Our yellow kit is looking like curry, making me feel hungry. It's really bright, to be fair. Bomba cloud. Come on, Cunha, Bruno, all the way to Shaw. You know, fellas, the one thing I would say, since for the last couple games, we do look pretty comfortable on the ball. You know, we don't look nervous. The players not stressed when they receive the ball. They're doing what they're doing. You know, whether they make a mistake or not. And this is good to see because they will, you know, it breeds more confidence when they play like that. They play like that in that sort of way. If we could get a goal, bro, an early goal on the, like around the 9th minute to settle the nerves and really put that in the Man United step. It could be interesting. Hayden, we're saying this morning, broski. What going on with you? We're feeling about today. Yeah? Let me know. Let me know in the chat, bro. What are your thoughts on Man United? Oh, Bruno unable to take that one with him there. Certainly would have been in. Certainly would have been in, of course. Bro, I think you guys are a little bit ahead. I didn't see Martinez with the dark arts yet. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, bro, we watching Man United all the time. You know, I mean, I just watch other football, you know, but Man United is my team. So now watching that, I intent. It's like photo record, visual recording, locked on, engaged. You know what I mean? Woo! Hey, I went line. We looking real good on the. We looking really comfortable, more comfortable than we look in a long time. Even under 10 I could see that. Yes, you know what I mean. And there's something about it had to be something about that Manchester United DNA. And when I say that, I mean like a guy who was under the real deal. He had that idea in his head what it should be like. Not maybe not even it might not even be a selfish idea. It might be one of those ideas that's selfless. That I mean, this is just how Man United ways are. This is how we are as a team, as a club, and this is what we done and how we achieved greatness. And maybe he tried to inject that in this team, and I think maybe that's where we're missing. We needed someone to inject that into them or to be around to be able to influentially input that into their heads. But yeah, guys, it's been really interesting the last couple of weeks watching Man United. I cannot lie. I honestly cannot lie. It's been really interesting watching Man United the last couple. You know, I know lots of people would Boomer's bad tackle there and then Boomer's down. That's a yellow card, ref. The man kick where and boom foot. What really going on with these referees, boy? The man like he trying to damage players at Man United, or? Oh, come on. Shout out to Bali in the building. Says the pressing structure is good. It's very measured. Less of the headless chicken running. Yeah, bro. I can't lie. We do look, a lot more. Not like we know what we are about. That makes it very interesting, guys. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, that's better. Well, too much light leakage there was making it difficult now. That's all. Gotta make sure the green one a little bit. Yeah, cool. Color balance. Big up. Too much light leakage there. Ha! Ha! Bomba. Come on, United. Hey, guys, I don't lie. You know, it gets really interesting to see. What a strike by Casemiro. Ah, Real behind. Yeah, like so far behind. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, I am back. I'm in the game here, fellas. I'm in the game. I was, I don't know where I was. I was on pause for like a minute. So, like, I was so far behind you guys, bro. Like, real far. No, I'm just normally where I'm at. You know what I mean? About 10 seconds behind, 15 seconds behind the play. So, let's go, Man United. Yeah. I mean, the pressing structure is pretty decent. A zonal press that is triggered in zones. I think that it makes it better for the team that we have. I think they're more comfortable with that structure. You know what I mean? And that also it gives us a little bit more flexibility on how we deal with things. And I think it allows some of the better players or the player who in the better position to really take charge of the situation. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those ones, my guys. It's one of those ones, yeah. Spurs, doing the thing, but Man United defensively, making it real difficult for Spurs to really play any kind of football. United really doing a decent job defensively. First trying right now. Right now, like tell the low cross. Wow, defense there, bro. What a stop there. What a stop, Casemiro to get out now, and Bumo is on the run with. Ooh, and Brumo took Paulinho on a run there. Well, what a cross by Udojgi. Deflected by this other dude. No, deflected by Maguire, bro. Martinez with his stop. Casemiro with the win clearance. Good defending there. Maguire is the one who got that touch to deflect it from the feet of the first attacker. Then Martinez with the deft stop. Casemiro with the clear. Kobe closing down Xavi Simons right now. Xavi have no other choice but to pass. Ball goes out of play. Man United throw in. Yeah, fellas. Yeah. No, guys, we don't need to dominate Spurs. But certainly, we need to show good confidence, good rhythm, good passing structure and stuff. I think we will lose the ball in some moments. Spurs are not a terrible, in all fairness. They haven't been bought from the last couple of games. I can tell you all, them having a little bit of confidence. We need to stifle that with a goal. We definitely need to stifle their confidence with a goal, but let's see how it goes. Romero on the ball here, standing on it, looking, trying to draw the United players out. The United players are sticking to their tasks, stuck to their duties. You know what I mean? Come on. Dodgy. Why these? Oh, look at the referee. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. This guy, the City fan, the United hater. My goodness. Cross comes in. Well defended there by Maguire. Solanke cutting across the head of Maguire there. Referee finally blowing his whistle. It's really interesting, folks. I could only say it from this perspective. It's going to be. I think United might have a big win today. Big up Chelsea, my brother. I've been looking for you guys all week. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, it's true. Tottenham are in some good moments, you know what I mean? But it will happen, bro. Like United need to get a goal. We need to get ourselves into this game. We are looking very energetic. We're looking creative. We had some early chances, but we need to persist. You know what I mean? But one thing we know is that Thomas Frank is a low block master. So, Tottenham will sit in that low block and try to counter as best as they can all the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Chelsea down again. Yo, Chelsea, bro, I tried to call it the other day, bro. I don't know where it was for Premier Roundup last Monday. You need to show up this Monday coming, bro. Set the time. It's 8:30 8:30 UK every Monday. You know what I'm saying? Spurs GK, a cold, low meng. Chinese for tall, big guy. Bro, I thought you were talking about fried rice and chow mein. Shaw. Yeah. Big up, big up. But he is tall, though. Vakari is a tall guy. Kobe now, all the way to Dallo. Dallo comes charging up the right side, cutting inside. He's got a man on the left, but he fights Bruno with a strike! Oh my goodness. Cunha with a strike. Oh, it should have been one. Oh my goodness. What? He didn't even wait. He just wow. Bro, if that hit the back of the net, bomba cloud. I'd have run out my seat, brother. If that had hit the back of the net, I'd have run out of this place. I'm done watch this game. I promise you. Jeez Louise. You see that strike, fellas? It looked real good. It was like inches off, fellas. Your next one will count. Somehow I'll get that thought. The next one will count. Come on, United. I'm telling you, bro, it just was like about this off. About that. Damn. Yeah. Don't worry, broski. Bro, the link in the group chat, bro. Why you keep asking for the link? I pop it in the group chat every time. You're a member of the group chat, bro. I've seen your name there in the group, Chelsea Dan. It's there. It's looking like that, bro. It's looking to be the case. It's certainly looking to be the case that he is going to be the guy to hurt them. You know what I'm saying, bro? Sesko, I think will have a big impact in this game. You know, I think Sesko coming into this game in the after the half will also be a sealer. Sesko against that Tottenham D, yeah, he go bag. I promise you guys, Sesko bagging at least two today. Yeah, bang bang, a outside strike and an inner dagger, a header or something. He go bag today. I promise you. He must bag. I love when Chelsea Dan asks these questions. Every time he asks me them questions, United is have a win. And Pumo pushed off the ball there. But first to the second. Ahmad, Dallo on the overlap. Ahmad gets it up. Woo! Bruno. Oh, narrowly. One time. He knows what it meant. It should have been one. The Magnifico, just a bit too much curve on it. If he had only straightened it up slightly, it could have been the back of the net. Bruno! Hmm. The Portuguese Magnifico. Soon I might have to be talking about the Brazilian 10 vibes. Man United is gonna make. I'm telling you, bro. Yeah, bro. Bruno was supposed to, bro. That Cunha strike, bro. I would have, I would have been rotten. I swear. We created lots of chances. You know, as soon as Hayden Poe criticized them slightly, maybe the Man United coach listening to the stream, you know, fellas, because as soon as Hayden Poe criticized and say, hey, they're doing all the things, Man United just started attack. They hearing you know, bro. They hearing man them now, you know. They hearing the fans now. They're aware. Xavi with a flop there. It should have been one. It should have been two. Let's be honest, bro. It should have been two. Cunha's strike was it? Jeez. Bruno was as well. I don't know which one was closer, but I think Bruno. You would think that you know from his distance, yeah, it would certainly have been the back of the net, but at the same time, oh, Kobe with the clearance straight onto Mbumo, Man United on the counter. Can we do settle Kobe back to Shaw? United allows Spurs to get back there. Will it be? Will Man United come up with the goal? It has that feeling. You know that feeling you get right before United score? You're certainly getting that feeling right now. Maguire, Martinez, Shaw. Back to Martinez. Martinez looking for Dallo. He's going to give it all the way back to Sen. Lemens now has it on him. Patient. He's not really stressed. Ball on the feet. Looking around. Rolling it forward, back. He's taking his time. Plays it out to Kase. Kase to Kobe. Kobe makes a turn. Oh, Ahmad to Kobe. Kobe's driving through the midfield. Bruno takes it with him. Going up on the right side. He finds, oh, Ahmad just behind the run of the ball. But the ball comes back to Cunha. Cunha, fouled! Strike! Oh, where's the penalty referee? Cunha was brought down. Dallo wins it back, but unable to keep it. No, Bruno is called for a foul. And he's telling Bruno, but he's the captain. Cunha was barged down. There was no touch of the ball. He got through Cunha. That's supposed to be a penalty. What is VAR doing? He kicked the player first, bro. That is not ball. He kicked away the man's foot. VAR is a clear mistake. It's a clear mistake by the referee. He went through the player's standing leg. What? What are we doing here, folks? What is going on with the Prem? Come on. Let's be honest, folks. Let's be real. What is happening here? This is not what we expected, folks. It's a clear foul. That's a clear foul, bro. You can't kick a man's leg to get to the ball. That's, brother. Watch out that. That ought to be a yellow card because he's the last man. Come on. It should be red because he's last man. He was about to be left. Man dragging down Ahmad there. What kind of man scheme, boy? Ahmad, kill him, Ahmad. Ahmad, no, you had to go at this brother today. You have to go at him today, ref. You have to go at him. You have to go at this brother hard for the next 10 minutes, bro. Come on. Referee. Oh, it's not a corner. Oh, what? How that is not a corner, bro? Nah. The man on the ball all the time. Cunha ain't touch it, bro. That's just wild. Maguire wins it. Kobe on it. Diallo. Dallo. Martinez. Man United winning the ball high. Back up the pitch now. Ball goes over the top. Looking for Bruno Fernandes. But cut off. Cunha now. Fouled. Certainly has to be a foul there, referee. Red card. Red card to Christian Romero. Tottenham down to 10 men. What a foul, finally. Now this changes everything. Casemiro looks hurt. But I think it's dark arts. Boah! Do you see that? Oh my God. Oh. I know what that feels like precisely, guys. Oh. Filed. Get off the pitch. Get off the pitch, you scammer. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming for you, brother. Mr. Romero, Christian Romero. You've been getting away with murder for months and months and months and games against Manchester United, and now you're finally been served with justice. Straight red. Bro, he could have broke his leg. I think it's probably broken. I had a tackle that finished me, bro. I can't lie. Nasty guys. Nasty play. Yeah, bro. So many handballs, so many pushes, so many poor challenges to players. Finally, he's been served, and he could not get away from that. He could not get away from that. Down to 10 men. Hopefully, we don't lose Carlos Casemiro. Man United. Let's go. Justifiable. Dragusin warming up. Looks like looks like Tottenham are gonna have to make an attacking substitution. Joshua Zirkzee saying, yeah, get that fuck. That dude tried to kill Carlos Casemiro. Come on. It looks like Thomas Frank and his assistant are at odds and ends. They don't agree on the change that he's about to make. They were certainly having a fierce argument. He was saying, "Me, don't take out this guy, take out someone else." But the youngster comes off much against the advice of the assistant. Dragusin comes in. Tottenham needs to repair their back three. Now, Man United with a free kick. Will it be 1-0? I expect it to be. But let's see, guys. Come on. Bruno Fernandes starts over it. It should be one. Let's go. Come on, Bruno. Bury this. Take us forward. Ball comes in. Foul. Luke Shaw. Conor Gallagher. Down. Shaw. Also down. I don't know what to say, folks. I don't know. Kobe Mainu winning the ball there, but showing some head into color. Connor not able to take the impact. He's down. Certainly a shock to his system. Looks like a migraine, folks. He might need some aspirin. You know what I mean? He might certainly be needing some aspirin. Luke Shaw getting a knock in the face. Casemiro saying, "I'm back, coach. I'm good. It hurt. It's just a stretch. It was just overstretched, but he's out. Let's win the game." The coach is telling him, "Take your time. Don't show too much. Limp around a little bit. Give it like 15 minutes. Second half, go out there and kill him." You know what I'm saying? That's what Carrick is telling him. You gotta know. You gotta know what Alex Ferguson was like to understand what I mean when I say that. Because I've heard things, and I can tell you guys. He's definitely told Casemiro, "Yo, listen, you need to take it. Don't run around too much. Take it easy. You know, in a moment, you can release everything and show them that you're really not injured, but pretend that you got a limp, bro." I'm telling you, that's what he told Casemiro. Mount front and center. Well, maybe not. And Bumo, Cunha, Bumo, Licha, Licha. It's looking like it's going to be leading to a 1-0 for Man United, folks. I can feel the goal. I can almost taste it. Gallo looking for Ahmad, but instead dips it off to Maguire. Maguire back to Delo. Man United maintaining possession above all else. Licha. Casse to Kobe. One touch. Kobe gets himself out of trouble. Plays it to Luke Shaw, who's just back on the pitch after being cleared by the medical team. And now Casemiro. Casemiro. Kobe. Kobe. And they said he wasn't good enough. I told them Kobe was Kobe. Oh, come on. Ah! Cunha looking for Casse. Casse saying, "I didn't expect it. Great pass, brother. Thank you." It looked almost out of a training ground. A light flick. If Casse was there, back of the net. You know what I mean? Amarim will put another defender in. Well, of course. Of course he would. Coward. Coward. He's scared. He's always running scared. Have you ever seen that movie Running Scared? That's Ruben Amorim. Yeah. I can't lie. Bruno winning it back high up the field from Xavi. Bruno with the dummy. Cunha, Maguire, Leacher, and Booms. Shaw, Cunha. Oh, he tried to slot in Kobe. Oh, Bruno, go! Oh my God! But it's a corner. Heavy deflection, just over the top. We are sort of sticking it on them, bro. But if they're playing with a back nine, what do you want us to do? There's only so much space. If not for that deflection, it would have been a goal. Pretty sure the keeper would not have been able to touch it. Bruno at the corner. Will it be 1-0? Will he provide United with that goal? And it looks like he has. Bruno Fernandes with the corner. Brian and Bumo coming up with the one, and Man United lead. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. Man United 1-0. Come on. What a finish. Listen, what are we seeing? Have we ever looked this good? Hold the phone. Have we ever looked this good? I can't say. Bro, the man just pass it into the net, bro. That is what we talking about, Jackie. Yahoo! Jackie! Carrick at the wheel, folks. Carrick at the wheel. Watchmen dancing. Bomba clock. And Brumo is pure magic, you mean? Pure is Pure, bro. I can't put up pure magic because it's like a double, it's like a negative and a positive there, bro. You gotta fix it. You know what I'm saying, Ray? But I know what you mean, broski. Hayden says, Mbumo hates Tottenham. We hate the Spuds. Kobe finds Ahmad. Oh, 10 goals for Mbumo, 4 in the last 5 in the last 5 or 4 in the last 5. I'm just saying, guys, he's found his rhythm back. Suddenly, Bomba Clot, United doing the business right now. Dallo! Oh, handball. Referees claim, Bruno is claiming a handball. He says Paulinho has touched it. He says he's touched it. We are starting to cook. The chef is in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, I'm gonna help you, bro. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out there, Rick. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh, oh, Kobe! Well saved by Vicario there. United looking for 2. No, it was Casse. It was Casse. Casse with another one, looking for a second. Bomber clock. Come on. Oh, Ahmad, Ahmad, Ahmad. Who? Well, but wait, oh, doggy running to Martinez. I don't understand how Martinez getting a foul there. Who doggy diving them? You're getting too giddy cat type. You never feel this way under another, you know what I mean? This is new. Hmm. Looks so smooth. Guangdong Chengzong. Bamba. Bamba. Watch, man. United definitely need. We need our win here, fellas. We need one more. And Bumo wins it back. Kobe. Dallo. Kobe. Casse. All the way back to Maguire. Control. Keep possession when you need to. And restart the attack like you have to. This is where we at. Up the left flank now with Luke Shaw. Back to Kobe Mainu. Kobe looks in, looking at his options. Diego Dallo. 16. Number 16 is Amad Diallo. Oh. Telling you, bro. Man United cooking. The chef is in the building. I tell you, folks, listen, the goal is coming. The number 2 is coming. I can see it. It may not be from this corner, but it's coming. I promise you, this goal is coming. If you aren't seeing it, it's probably going to be a big win for Man United today, folks. Like, I mean, um, oh, Bamba, corner. Casemiro is already in the net. He's trying to go into the net with the ball. He's making sure everything gets it in there. But it's a corner from the next side. Let's go. Wait, did they give a free kick? What? What is happening here? What am I seeing? Yellow card for who? A yellow for who? Ahmad? Wow. Where Ahmad supposed to put his foot? In the sky? He didn't really chuckle him, bro. It's just where he stepped is behind the guy leg. I don't know how he got a yellow card for that, bro. That's wild. Referee! Oh, it could have been two. Should have been two. Come on, Man United. Come on, fellas. We need our next goal, but we also need to settle it down slightly. Savvy. He offside, ref. Come on, Linesman. Solanke offside there, bro. Even I could see it. He never step up when the defender did. Of course he will. Of course he will talk to Ahmad, bro. Carrick is one of those. Yeah, he old school and old Jackie. He go and tell man, hey, calm it. I'll take you off, bro. It's simple. I didn't cool yourself out, sub here, bro. You understand? It's not a small thing. That's how he's had to deal with these brothers, bro. It's simple directness. I think you calm your emotions down, or I'll bench you. Yeah. Casemiro defending their ball going out of play, but good defending their eyes on the ball, always there. Michael Carrick certainly enjoying a decent spell, doing well with the players, certainly getting them motivated for performances. Man United lead 1-0, folks. Interesting times. You know what I mean? Tottenham down to 10 men. Romero seen a red card in the first 15 minutes of the game. My goodness. Meine Güte, as they say in Deutschland. You know what I mean? And it's a wild one because you would never expect that to happen. There's so many instances of infractions with said player Romero, and now finally he's been punished for his lengthy misgivings. It's good to see. And it's halftime, folks. Halftime. Man United won, Tottenham none, and down to 10. It could be an interesting second half. I don't know about you guys. I think we might see an early introduction of Benjamin Sesko. We might see some changes. I don't know why I feel that, but we maybe might see a change. But it's a good performance so far. We should have been up 3-0. You know what I mean? Brian and Boomer with the big chance early on at the start of the game. And of course, another big chance coming from Matthias Cunha. And shortly after, in quick succession, Bruno Fernandes, probably with the equally as big a chance, but from a closer range, unable to put it away. But then the cycle returned at the free kick, at the corner. Bruno Fernandes straight to Mbumo, and we lead 1-0. Does it mean that Cunha is next and Bruno will get the third? it could get very interesting. What are your thoughts in the second half? What do you think we will see going on? Aiden says, I don't like 1-0. We need more goals. I mean, I could agree with you there, broski. We certainly need more goals. You know what I mean? Certainly going to need more goals. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how we deal with it at that moment. It will get interesting, but of course, the second half, and of course, Michael Carrick will be there telling them, listen, we are leading by 10 men. We are leading. They have 10 men. We need to make a complete victory. So it's going to be interesting to see how we deal with it. Jack says in the second half, slacking for good old Spursy. Well, I certainly would expect us to go on and do our best in that situation. You know, I looked at that moment with Vicario. He did get the ball, but he also took out the player. But Ahmad can do better there. You know, the interesting moment, Bruno could have also done better with his strike. And of course, certainly Cunha could have done better as well, but Cunha's strike would have been majestic had it scored from the distance. The way he took it on one time, the curl on it just slightly inches off that corner top bin there. And of course, guys, it's a decent game. Man United always looking a strong performer in the game, always looking to be contending to score goals at the same time. You know what I mean? I would say to each and every one that, Tottenham had their moments in the game, and certainly since their captain has been suspended with a red card, Man United has taken full control of the game. Can we go on to score more goals? We certainly should, and I expect that to be the case. I think we'll see a very much more dominating second half than we saw in the first half. Tottenham players will be certainly frustrated. Of course, they will come out thinking maybe we can be resilient and try to get a result back. But I think, man, that is exactly what Man United will be expecting. I think the second goal will be swift and succeedingly quickly in short succession by a third. It will get interesting. We will see how Man United restarts the second half. It's coming up shortly, guys. But what are your thoughts? Who is your best performer in the first half? I would have to say so far, I think I am liking, a lot the way Bruno is in this half. Sorry. Bruno Fernandes, he has performed really well in the first half. He's been there in moments, dictating the play in other moments. He's also been there just being a passer, getting the play moving. And of course, he's shown some big moments with the assist to Mbumo, his own chances, as well as his own general play. Kobe Mainoo has been looking very energetic, very critical to our midfield performance. Certainly brings that energy that we were missing. He is technically adept as well to get himself out, and he's partnered with the experience and quality of Carlos Casemiro, guys. We are looking very strong in the middle for it's been a while since we can say that. Our midfield, even before the defensive, the red card, our midfield was the dominant midfield. It gets very interesting. Casemiro, long distance shot, punched away by Vicario. It could have been interesting to see what would have happened had he got that a little bit higher. Maybe Vicario may not have made the save he made. Sen Lamens also having his fair share of saves, but not that much in comparison to Vicario. Even that Cunha strike, that would have been unsavable. Had that hit the target, it would have been back of the net. Vicario would have dove for nothing. It would have just been making it look even better. Bruno unable to finish that moment there. A little clever dink strike, but Mbumo showing how it's done. Low, hard, guided into the bottom corner, and that's how you take the lead, folks. You know what I mean? Ryan Broom was certainly showing a lot of quality in his performances. Certainly, Man United was missing, definitely missing this. But of course, he is here now. And while we were showing why we were missing this, certainly we'll see what there is to offer when he, the more he plays for Manchester United, he's our player. He's here now, probably for the next 3 or 4 seasons, give or take, At the very best, we have probably another 2.5 seasons of that. That's going to be interesting. Cunha showing a certain level up. He has definitely stepped up to that number 10 of Manchester United in the last few games, and it's good to see. Interesting times. You know what I mean? We're not too comfortable with the 1-0, but let's be honest. You know what I mean? Spurs did show a lot of low block moments. They were defending with 6, sometimes 7, at most times, everyone behind the ball. And it's always going to be difficult to break down a low block. Everyone struggles with a low block. But what I will say is that it gets even more interesting because Man United have certainly shown versatility and dynamism in the way we have created chances from the left, from the right, through the middle, and from set pieces. So it will be interesting to see how we embark on the second half. I think there will be a slight tactical adjustment now that we are leading 1-0, but certainly one that I think will bring goals for Manchester United in the second half. I think we are going to see an introduction of Sesko today, and I think Benjamin Sesko will be having himself a brace. His style as a striker, I think, will be very, very destructive against this Tottenham defense. You know what I mean? But yeah, maybe, Bruno scores, Cunha scores, then we get a brace. It's about 5-0. You never know what the scoreline could be, folks. But apart from that, I would say, yeah, we have some good players to say that we have at least 4 players who probably are ranking in top performers in the match day in terms of their performance based on stats. Casemiro is certainly there. Bruno is there. Of course, Kobe should be there as well. And Bumo will be there as well. You know what I mean? And I think even Cunha, bro, half the squad already, you think about it, they could be well on to having 7 out of 10 performances already based on the first half. That is wild to think about if you understand where we are coming from as Man United and what we have been told over the last 18 months. It's very interesting to look at a team showing level performances, levels better than they've shown in 18 months. That is interesting. Very. You know what I mean? 1 second, guys. I just need to run to the bathroom before the second half come back. Please don't go anywhere, but make sure you smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new, of course. I'll be right back in 1 second. Sorry, guys. Took a little longer in the bathroom than I expected. Apologies. My apologies. Sorry for giving too much information as well. You know what I mean? But big up to every one of you here. The second half has certainly begun. Michael Carrick there giving a little bit of a pre-second half inspirational, or what should I say, a talk with the reporters, letting them know Man United is going to treat this game just like if it was they were playing at the start with 10 men. They must maintain the mentality, focus, and play your with your quality. Do not relax. Was his message. And of course, Steve Holland speaking with Ahmad, repeatedly telling him, be careful. I know you may not intend for it, but you need to not make sure you don't give the referee any opportunity to level the game. So that's just the little tidbits, guys, if you haven't seen it or heard. Big up to Irish Pit Terrier in the building. Shout out to you, my brother. 1-0 as we lead against 10 men Spurs. Big up to Jack, your boys here, bro. Sorry for taking so long. I apologize. You know what I mean? But guys, we're back. Second half has begun. United playing there. Of course, Martinez now with Kobe to Maguire. It's going to be interesting. Bro, I did already in the nicest way possible. Not bringing that comment up, bro. Luke Shaw now looking for something on the wing. Of course, we will see where it lies. Brand! I thought Mbeumo was going to shoot there. Ball comes over. Luke Shaw takes it on. And Kobe! Ahmad, is he offside? The linesman says offside. The linesman says offside, but they must look at that. It looked to be he onside. He looks to be on. He runs. Yeah, when the shot is taken, could be off. He is off. He is off. When the shot is taken, he is offside. Certainly offside, folks. Certainly offside when the shot was taken there, folks. If he had just stayed one step behind, he would have certainly been in on the goals today. My prediction for him would have been accurate, but it still can be. I think Ahmad will certainly make up for that offside move with an actual onside goal. Hayden, what are you saying, bro? Licha with his movement and his passing, certainly creating opportunities, breaking the lines of Man United. And Pumo, almost losing out, but Menting in it there. Kobe, Cunha, Kase, Shaw, back to Kobe, back to Kase. Kase now, strike! Oh, oh. Man United now pushing, zoning, pressing out of possession. Have to watch tomorrow highlights. Good chance he was onside. No, I think he was off, bro. I think he was actually off. He just was a half step behind the defender. I think, yeah. Would have loved for it to be a goal, bro. But Sandro finding Bruno. Bruno back to Kobe, keeping the possession there, allowing United to spread their wings forward. Dallo now on it, puts it for Cunha. Cunha just a step behind, losing out too dodgy there. Could be a bit of both players there making a mistake. Cunha not expecting the pass. Dallo putting a little bit too much on it. But, the ball is in the midfield. Bruno is there. Ball goes out from Papa Matassa. It will be a Man United throw-in. And Udoji sits on the pitch. What is wrong with this kid? Yeah. Claiming injuries. Ah, Cunha, Bruno having a discussion there about the second goal, who's going to score it, how they're going to score it. Looks interesting. You know what I mean? While Udoji receives, some treatment there. Joshua Zirkzee being told to go warm up. It looks like Benjamin Sesko also being told to go warm up. It might be a double change. Joshua Zirkzee hasn't played in a few games, but he definitely is looking forward to getting himself onto the pitch. Ryan Mbeumo putting the hurt on his former manager, Thomas Frank, looking on, seeing his former starlet sink him one step deeper. Got to say, I love to see it. I have to say, I love to see it, folks. Love to see it. You know what I mean? It doesn't get much better than that. Udoji being told he needs to make some room. You know what I mean? It may be your time to come off. It's a good time to bring on Benjamin Sesko and Joshua Zirkzee, in my honest opinion. If there's no Dodgy and Benjamin Sesko and Joshua Zirkzee, it's a good time you can take Ahmad off, give him some rest. You know what I mean? Udoji being removed. Oh! Udoji comes off. Udoji comes off, being replaced there. He can't continue. The youngster comes in. Yeah. It's going to be interesting, folks. It gets even more interesting here because now Souza comes into the pitch. Youngster trying to make a name for himself. How will he be able to deal with the pressure? You know what I mean? Interesting. Sandro there looking for the run of Mbeumo, unable to find him, but Kobe finds Mbeumo. Forced off the ball there, but Sandro wins it back. Oh, struck. Strike comes in there from Bruno Fernandes, deflected there. Sure, a little bit too much body there. I don't know, bro. I don't know. They're probably looking at him, good broski. You know what I mean? Luke Shaw. Porsche. Xavi Simons there, almost latching on to that mistake from Luke Shaw and putting it back into the back of the net. But his strike all the way wide. Luckily, would some lemons have gotten there? It's debatable. It's very debatable. He was close, but I don't know. The power on that strike certainly was very much on point. And Mbumo now with a ball over the top, but Vicario gets there first. Mbumo unable to get his feet or any connection onto that. Man United with 12 attempts on goal, 4 shots on target. Tottenham with 6, 1 shot on target so far. Well defended there by Luke Shaw. Comes over the top. Certainly delays the Tottenham play. Xavi Simons with what? Xavi Simons winning a foul there for what? No one touched him. He just fell. This ref giving a free kick there for no reason. Come on, guys. Keep your focus here. Ref moving mad. The replay shows the ref is clearly blind. There's no free kick there. I'm pretty sure VAR is telling him, yeah, that's a dive. You got sold. You know what I mean? Man United need to be very good here. Be careful. That ball comes in. And Senleman claims after some kind of flicky thingy from that guy, whoever he is playing in the yellow shirt. Don't care. Lissandro now back out to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw being heavily marked. Bruno putting it up for Cunha. Cunha getting it around. But the defender, definitely, Bruno taking a quick throw to Luke Shaw, telling Luke Shaw, you got to move with some intensity. Stop slowing it down. Luke Shaw is not listening. You know what I mean? He's moving mad. Casemiro all the way over to Brian Mbumo on the right flank. Brian Mbumo looking for the run of Dalot. Dalot unable to get there. Souza falling over the ball. Touch, looks like he handled it, but there's linesman says no. Casemiro back to Martinez. Out to Mbumo now. Mbumo back to Casemiro. Casemiro now looking for Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw now in front of goal. Luke Shaw with a strike! Batted away by Vicario. Bruno was in a better position. Why is he taking the shot on? Luke Shaw wants someone to slap his face. I have to say it. What are you doing? Slot Bruno in, you clown. Who doesn't slot Bruno in there? It's like, Luke Shaw, who are you? Stopping United getting 2-0. Clearly, the pass to Bruno was the best decision. Clearly, everyone expected you to slot Bruno in, but you took a shot. Oh, you plunker. Maguire foul, complaining, but Man United maintain possession. Dalot with a strike. Batted away by Vicario again. And Mbumo with a cross, not at all intense. Doesn't clear the first defender. Ahmad recovers. Dalot is on the ball. At Cole Lomeng. Jack. Damn that Cole Lomeng. Bomber clot. A bomber clot, Cole Lomeng. Foul there. Definitely a foul. Maguire grabbed and dragged. Grabbed and dragged. It should be a penalty. No one is on. Everyone is wondering what happened to VAR there. The replay clearly shows it. Come on, United. We want a goal here. Oh, blocked down. Claims for a handball on Van der Ven. It looked like Van der Ven may have gotten his hand to that in helping him clear. What will we see a replay? I think it's time to bring on Big Benny Sesko. It's about that time. Cunha now looking, finding Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw back to Kobe Mainu. Kobe Mainu across to Lissandro. Lissandro back to Cunha. Cunha. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw finds Casemiro. Casemiro challenged there, but the player got the ball, says the referee. Maguire to Dallo. Dallo dribbles all the way to Ahmad. Could have been a better pass. Cross comes in from Bruno. Vicario with the stop. Clutches it. Bruno with the Rabona. With the Rabona cross. Certainly making it look good. Bruno Fernandes as usual. What can I say to you? Epic moments. Handball twice. It should have been a pen for Man United. Cunha foul brought down again by Conor Gallagher. Is that Conor Gallagher? It is Conor Gallagher. He dyed his hair brown. It should be yellow card. He didn't even get the ball. He was just kicking Cunha. Bruno tells Luke Shaw, get lost. Oh, Bruno with a low drive, beaten away by the Tottenham defense there. Papa Matassa. Bruno with the quick throw in. Xavi Simons defending there. Xerxes there telling them Sesko is warming up. We're about to come in. We are ready to score 2 more goals. Is it handball? Is it, Jack? Will they give it? Did they give it? %, though. Big up to MUFC Rocks in the building. What's good, homie? How you feeling today? You know, interesting performance from the Reds. Dominant, really. Come on. Oh. Did that go out? It should be a corner. That ball went out. The ball went out. At least it looks like that from this angle. It looked like it went behind the line. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Tottenham is certainly defending with 6 men at every chance they get. They're playing an ultra low block in this moment, so it's going to be difficult. But I think it should be 2-0 to MU by now, as well as Jack agrees. You know what I mean? The referee's giving every single foul against Lisandro Martinez, whether it is a foul or it's not. He's just blowing the whistle. I can't understand it. It's a bit frustrating to watch. I mean, is Starlet and Bumo has him dunked below one step into the grave as well. But you know, Man United, I think Sesko coming on will make it interesting. Not from this guy, bro. Definitely not from this referee. United, it has to be a violation, like a clear pen, like all out undeniable. You know what I mean? Cunha wins it quick. Bruno Ahmad, can he finish? Cunha! What? Offside? Where's the offside? Where is the offside? Who offside? Oh, Bruno was offside? What? Shit. Hang on. Bruno looked like he was offside. That's what they're saying, but Man United on the watching out now. Young Souza down the wing there. Martinez cleaning up. Yellow card for Paulinho there. Poor challenge on Kobe Menu. 2-footer there. Certainly deserved that challenge. You can't challenge like that off the ground, jumping in. It should be a red, to be honest. He's lucky. Will Man United get the next goal? Will it come here with this attack? Ahmad gets past into the box. Oh, off Vicario. Corner for Man United. Ahmad certainly turning it on late. Wait, was that a handball? Ahmad trying to find the legs between the legs of Mbuma with the cross now. Kobe Menu. Man United keeping possession. Bruno finding Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw now finding Delo back to Bruno. Bruno looking up. Maguire is still the furthest forward. Ball comes into the box. Cleared. Not enough to get to Mbumo. Oh, poor touch there by Alessandro. Gives an opportunity for Spurs. Xavi Simons. But Mbumo is there. And Man United are back defending in numbers. Yeah, people talk about Thomas Frank. I told them this guy is not the guy. You know what I mean? Right. Michael Carrick. giving the final words of this instructions to Benjamin Sesko, telling him where I want him to be, where the goal is going to be for him, what he needs to do as he gets ready to bring on the big young striker. He's coming in, folks. Clearance by Lisandro Martinez there after some flops. Dalot. Dalot now finds Bruno. Bruno comes forward with it. Bruno looks for Mbeumo. Doesn't get him. Finds Kobe. Kobe to Kase. Kase looking for an option. Back to Kobe. Kobe to Lisandro. Lisandro back to Kobe. Kase. Kobe wins it in the midfield. Finds Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw with Kobe Mainoo back on the ball. Oh my goodness, Minor Guta. Mbeumo, not enough. How is that a foul, referee? We don't even know. Oh, this referee is such a pungy. Oh, and it's the introduction we've been waiting for. But Cunha is the one coming out of the game. Again, Cunha comes out for Benjamin Sesko. This is where the change is made. I thought maybe Mbeumo would have came out of the game today. I I don't know. I thought that might have been the better choice. But shout out to Cunha, unable to get himself on the score sheet today, but certainly big impacts in the game today. Good performance from the guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably eat a hot chip, probably. Sesko comes in, the big number 30. Will this be the introduction of the second goal scorer? Clearance from Martinez. Bruno puts out for can Kobe get there? Amad Diallo losing out in the foot race to Souza there. But United trying to close down early. Welcome to the Premier League, says Maguire to Xavi Simons there. Ahmad finding Bruno. Bruno. Pass unable to get through to Sesko there. Well defended by Tottenham. Tottenham clears. Dalot there with the ball in midfield, looking over the top for Mbeumo. Mbeumo there. Back to Luke Shaw. And booms. Kobe Mainoo. Kase. Kobe Mainoo. Bruno. Kobe Mainoo. United just slowing things down. Patiently looking to pick apart Tottenham for their second goal. Getting ready to ask the important questions. Yeah, there's a bit some sloppy plays. I wouldn't say sloppy. I just think that the Tottenham players covered the passing lanes. Mbeumo! Oh, shy. And Mbeumo there trying to find Big Benny Sesko. Papa Mata Star defending. A triple sub looking to come in, including the Malian international. Big Benny Sesko here. Bruno comes in. Ah, ball comes back forward to Bruno. Bruno doesn't cross it. Passes it. Ahmad now in the box, turns. Oh, he comes back out all the way to Martinez. All the way to Martinez. Martinez now finding Luke Shaw. Kobe Mainu looking for the pass. Luke Shaw says, I'm not giving it to you. I want to go further forward into the box. I want to score. Let me take up that position. Kobe Mainu. Oh, Bruno with the strike. From long range, but Vicario was up to it. Sesko pressing. Ahmad there as well. Where's Joshua Xerxes' introduction? I think it'd be an interesting moment to take Mbuma out. I think so. That's just me. Bring on a fresh Joshua Xerxes. Come on, Souza. Nothing happened to Souza. You're holding your face. Unreal, youngster. Come on. Ismaili Sarr comes in to join Papa Sarr. Kolomwani comes in. Matthias Tell comes in. And of course, Conor Gallagher comes off. Basuma comes in. Palhinha is also out. Now it's United chance to really capitalize and get that second goal. Kobe Mainu to Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo finding Mbumo. Mbumo is getting in, looking for something, gets past his man, puts in the cross. No, he doesn't. Back to the low to Kobe, the low to Kobe. The low finds Bruno! Captain Bruno! Yes! Yeah! Yeah! And we are in business. 2-0. 10 minutes to go of normal time. And what can I tell you, folks? He was always coming 4 and 4. Eat your heart out. All right. My God, it's 12 and 12. I said ASAP, says MUFC Rocks, and Bruno, the captain, delivers. The fans require, the captain delivers. What can we say, folks? What can we say other than Captain Fantastic, says Ray Carl Brown. We cannot deny he is the guy. Bruno Fernandes, he is that guy, Captain Magnifico. in the building. Very good performance all round. You know what I mean? The goal, everything. Ah, did the Bruno goal. Big performance there from Bruno Fernandes again, showing up when we need him. This is what I've been saying to folks. If we get to 5, it could become a momentum train. I told everyone we are going to slap Tottenham. Revenge is in the air. They didn't believe me, but revenge is here. I told Chelsea, Dan, we are going to beat Tottenham today. MEFC Rock says, Bruno, the best in the world. Argue with the phone screen if you like. Not me. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, bro. Big up to you. Jack Reacher says, rack it up. MU. March on, Reds. March on. You know what I mean? Everyone's hating. The league is watching. Everyone's quiet, but their hands are trembling. It's one of those moments where you're like, is this real? We don't want them. Anyone but them. We don't want them back. Please don't bring the nightmares of the Red Devils back. Please don't let them get back into their saga. Please, we need them to falter. And this is what the league, this is what everyone is praying. But the team is answering to the prayers of the Devils fans, the Red Devils guys. You know what I mean? We take it into our own hands. A lot of people might say what they will, but Man United is a strong team, and we're built for these moments. We are certainly built for the high pressure moments now. It's the moments where it's not the high pressure where we be a little bit too relaxed. But let's be honest. I think we have to admit that we were sold a dream in the last 18 months that this squad was worse than they really are. And this is where the questions will come. And of course, we will be having the season review. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, bro. What's good? It's all good. You know what I mean? I don't know why you're saying that, bro. It's normal. What we do. You know what I'm saying? Big game performance. 2-0 at Old Trafford. Strong. On the back of 3 wins. This is what it's supposed to look like when you see MU playing, folks. I can't lie. They said Kobe wasn't good enough. I don't know, folks. It's been 4 games. He's been one of the best players in all 4. I'm telling you, we need to have this discussion. Kobe finding Ahmad and boom! Oh! Oh! And Bumo, not too far off away. Is he very close to making it 3? Will Sesko hit that one? I'm hoping, folks. I'm certainly hoping that Sesko comes in big for Man United with that 3rd goal. We are certainly going to need it. I mean, goal differential things. Ray Carl says, bring on West Ham. That's Mark always holding it down. Big up to everyone, bro. Drex is the man, bro. That's the homie, you know. He will sit down when I can't, so, you know. Substitutions in galore coming in, and Michael Carrick says, have at it, Mazraoui. Get a run out there, Ugarte. Joshua, they forgot who you are. You know what I mean? They are forgetting who you are, Joshua. Get yourself into the game. You know what I'm saying? Good substitutions from the manager. Casemiro finally being relieved. Definitely another stalwart performance. I'm just hoping that, you know, we sign him to a brand new contract and it's not the end for Carlos Casemiro. We need him to stay. I don't care what anyone says. He needs to be in there for all the youngsters coming in to learn from. His experience His quality, it's at the very top. You know what I mean? You can't buy that. You need that. You need that for the youngsters, for the youth. Joshua Zirkzee coming in first game under Michael Carrick. He hasn't been seen in 4, but Man United have a third game, a third goal in them. Oh, is there more? Let's see. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Man them says they heard Amarim just dove under his bed because guess what? People are going to figure out his lies. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but that guy sold a dream. And I'm thankful that the one right thing that this management has done is sack that guy. And I'm not gonna lie, they made a bad decision because they were never going to spend $1 billion to buy him a new squad. And we can look at it as a negative and a positive. I would say it's more of it's just not realistically possible that they were ever going to do that in 1 year. It would have been done maybe over 3 seasons, but you cannot wait 3 years to get where you need to go. You have to improve along the way. And he did not show that. Whether we agree on that's why he was sacked or not, bring on West Ham. It's only West Ham. Sake, Jack. You know what I mean? I think we will slaughter West Ham, bro. Like, it's going to be long. I think the next couple of teams, corner. Bruno had Maserati on a yo-yo there. Maserati not sure when to go, to stay, to go, to stay. He went all the way off the pitch there, bro. Kobe Mainu, pivotal to Man United's midfield resurgence in the last 4 games. Joshua Zirkzee there, maintaining possession, finding Ugarte. Ugarte splitting it out wide for Ahmad. Ahmad just losing out there to Souza. Souza is pretty quick. Interesting talent there. Expression says 2 well-crafted goals. Yeah, so it should have been 4, let's be honest, but we'll take what we got. You know what I mean? We'll take it like it is. I think there's still another 1, maybe 2 in Man United if we have enough time. But certainly in the next 5, there's about 5 minutes more to be played. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? I think we score another 1, folks. Will it be Sesko? Will it be Xerxes? Or will it be none of 3, none of the 2? Let me know in the comments, folks. Who do you think scores Man United final goal today? I tell you, it's probably gonna be like 7. Oh, it's 5 minutes. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I just knew it. It couldn't be less. It could only be that or more. Oh, Maserati being held. Maserati being held. Is that not a penalty? It has to be a penalty. How the fuck is that not a penalty? What the hell are we watching here? The guy dragged, held back. How is that not a foul? Bruno ties the shot. How was that? Big up to Expression in the building. Enjoy your run, he says. It's been long overdue. Oh, young Jackie Fletcher comes in, laughing with Godfather Michael Carrick, young godson, giving him a 5 minutes coming on in possession of in place of Kobe Mainu, where he's more used to from in the academy. Come on, young Jackie. Well played. The Dallo there by Jackie. Cut it really close there, but it certainly would improve his nerves. Joshua 60 now in the box. Looking to get across. Oh, headed clear. Almost to Benjamin Sesko. Dallo now. Jack. Brody, full-time review. It's max 10 minutes, bro. Joshua, Xerxes, Maguire, young Jackie Fletcher, Ugarte, young Jackie Fletcher. Bro, I'm going to be saying that every time when I call his name. I'm sorry, guys, if you can't help it. This is what I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? Ahmad, back to Delo, Maguire. Big up to Jack Reacher. Foul there coming from the Tottenham player. Frustration being built up there. You know what I mean? Big up to Drex, says he might come in a few. I'm probably going to be there for 10 minutes after the game, bro. You know me. You know, it's been a long one as well. But, you know, quick reactions. If you come, they will have a bit of a time for that 10, 15 minutes after the game. Come on. Oh, pass there, but a no look. Ugarte stopping the run forward there. Xerxes playing in Bruno. Bruno finding Ahmad. Ahmad again, but the ball just getting caught up between his feet there. Tough luck there, but he would have been in the clear. Man United, very, very snippy defensively, not allowing Tottenham any chances on the ball near the box. Jack showing his confidence there to dribble away. What happened there? Just now wait. So the guy pushed Sesko, fall down on his own, and Sesko called for a foul. This referee is a sad guy. Basuma, sorry, Basuma. It's not Mali here today. Ahmad now. He's got Bruno to his left. He finds Bruno. Bruno looking for Sesko. Oh, Sesko heads it. He had so much time. He should have chested that down and finished. Oh my goodness, Benny. Big Benny Sesko there. Easy win. You should have finished there, Benjamin. He didn't know. No one told him. Damn. Bruno telling Benjamin now, he's like, bro, next time you don't need to pop it with your head. You know what I mean? You could have taken it down. I gave you all the time you need to do what you need to do. Bury it next time. You know what I mean? Big performance. 4 wins in a row. 4 from 4. Can you tell me? Argue with me. Tell me. Tell me. There's been some talk, and I have to start my pre-match comments, you know, with a little bit of a comment. I saw a video recently. A lot of my friends, even Ray Carl, they've been telling me about it. The video is called Sit Down. You know what I mean? Shout out to Drex coming in. Sit Down is the name of the video. And while the video's name is Sit Down, folks, I have to say to you all, that video needs to be sat down, because there were claims in that video which go against all natural common that we know about football. And when you look at the performance of our team, big up to Ricky Red coming in as well. We are back, and I kind of agree. Man, Carrick's change from a half rotational defensive structure to a full rotational defensive structure is changed from a single individual press to a zonal pressing structure. The back four is much different to a back three. I keep telling everyone. Not only that, but the way we attack, it's a whole different type of momentum. There's more intensity. And when you compare that to a back three that plays a half rotational system, that plays a possession-based system, and they function on passing backwards more than they pass forwards, it's kind of hard to agree when people say this was where the groundwork was laid. But moving on, the performance was very good. I won't say from minute one. I think we saw energy from minute one and intent, certainly, to be honest. Let's be honest about those things. But at the same time, I think, there was an in-between moment in the game where Spurs certainly showed some good performances, showed that they can probably get one over on Man United. But then, Mbumo, then disaster struck for Spurs. They got the red card. And we'll ask Drex what is the opinion of the game, because, up until that point and after the red card. So what are your thoughts, bro? Let us know, broski. Drex.
Yo, say that again. Sorry. Sorry.
I'm saying up until what are your thoughts about the first 25 minutes of the game up until the red card? What did you see? Because certainly the red card did change things. It made it a little bit easier for Man United. Granted,
I feel like, in my opinion, looking at it from like during the halftime, I was like, in real time, it didn't look to me was a harsh call. Right, when you see, I don't like seeing things in slow-mo. Slow-mo always makes things look worse, right? But yeah, we saw Casemiro get a red for something lighter than that. So yeah, but prior to that time, I felt like it was a balanced game. United were a little bit on the top, right? But I felt like it was a balanced game. But after that time, it just looked like it was a matter of how much we could score. But in the second half, United became they could have been pegged back with that Xavi Simons effort that Luke Shaw gave to him from that from the left side setback, sent it back into the middle. I'm like, why are you doing that? Why don't you just play in football? If one of the first things they tell you to do as a defender, be it fullback or center, you don't play across the line, bro. You don't play across your goal. You play down the line. So we're a little bit, like I think somebody mentioned, we're a little bit sloppy with our passes, right? But it was bound to happen because these guys just sat back. Then when I felt like when Frank was making those three substitution, right, he was going to go for it. He was going to go for it. He who is down don't need to fear no fall. So he was going to go for it. Then United got the second goal and it looked like, you know what? Maybe he made that substitution some minutes too late. But kudos to United. It's a good win, a home win. It's impressive. It continues with the adding another bricks of confidence to what we already have. So for me, it's a good game. But I'll be kidding myself. I'll be lying to myself if I say the second half I was really, really super impressed with it.
I mean, I think it's a bit of a argument there to be had on the second half. I think the performance on the second half was actually more consistent than the first half. I think what was different in the second half majorly was Tottenham was very, very defensive in the second half compared to the first half. I think in the first half, they were still playing out a bit. They were still saying to themselves, we could get something out of this game. But the second half was where they kind of felt like, I feel like they came out trying not to lose in the first 15 minutes. That's where, that pass from Luke Shaw, that mistake from Luke Shaw really gave Tottenham life earlier in the second half than they really thought to, because when they had that strike and they felt that and Xavi was so close to probably equalizing, because it would have been an equalizer. I don't think that Lemans would have saved that, to be honest, I've been real. I think
No, it
that
would.
the
Yeah, it
biggest
would have.
thing. No, I think Lemons wasn't saving that at all.
No,
He
no,
was.
of course it wasn't, because if that ball was an inch to the left, it was a goal. Lemons was late, and you wouldn't
And
blame him. You get me?
I mean, I wouldn't blame him, but at the same time, again, I think if you're going at a shot like that, you have to go with a punch. You can't go to try to parry. You have to go to just punch away, because you'll get a longer reach if you stretch the punch. And it is what it is. They didn't score, but I think that gave them life, because that was around the 5th minute or the 6th minute at the second half, and for like
Second
about
half.
12 minutes, Tottenham they had 1 or 2 chances. In the game, not much chances for Tottenham, to be honest. They had 9 chances all game, or 10, and they only had 3 chances on target, to be honest. That is very poor from a Tottenham team that, has been much improved in some instances. But again, they were down to 10 men. They lost their captain and leader from the back. Romero really is good with the dark arts and on set pieces as well for them. So that was big
100.
for Man United. Man United certainly capitalized. Bruno quietly having a very big performance. Setting up Bruno and Bumo for the open goal, finishing the second goal himself, almost having a second assist, but Benjamin Sesko not,
But I
aware
need
that
to
he was
tell.
in so much
You need
space.
to pull it. Mark, you need to give him a smack on the back head. Them one there where you just catch Sesko on the back and be like, yo, bro, how are you doing? I felt like Sesko had time to actually control that ball.
Yeah, he could have taken it down. He could have taken it down and pick a corner. But you see, the problem is he watching, and the last thing that he remember, which Bruno was telling him, was that he saw the defender on his back. You know what I mean? But he didn't notice that the defender pulled away at the last minute to try to cover Ahmad behind him. And that, if he had noticed that separation, I think he would have taken it down.
Okay, so for the start, brethren, right? This is how the start is. United were 65% ball possession to Tottenham's 35. We had 23 shots, 10 on targets. Tottenham had 7 and 1 on target. So, and it felt like that 1 on target came in the first half, and after it was done. Yeah, it was done. Go ahead, Mark.
Where I think I thought they had like one more shot that was in the game, but maybe I'm mistaken. Tottenham. What can I say, guys? I've been honest about Tottenham. Is we can't say it was a poor performance from them. I think it's one of their better games this season. They started the game positively more than they've done in many other games this season. Of course, they're coming off of 2 draws, 2 losses, and a draw before that in their last 5. So this was the best result. And to be fair, guys, when I said to everyone last week, I didn't want them to lose to Man City. I didn't want them to win against Man City, but I wanted them to draw. Was for this very reason. And I say this because a draw gives them hope, but not that much confidence. It keeps them with that slight level of uncertainty, and they brought that to Man United today. And Thomas Frank came here today. He definitely came in and he started a confident 11. I think he started an 11 with most of the attacking players. I think losing Udogie was one of the biggest moments in the game, apart from the red card, because I think Udogie was creating width on the left side. He was given a challenge to Ahmad and Dalot in moments. And I think that really, really threw off the game plan of Tottenham when he got off injured in the second half. I think that really, really opened the door for Man United to dominate this game. That is how I really feel in a nutshell, with some moments in terms of what Tottenham did that really gave room to Man United to really take control. Man United did well to maintain composure. I think there was a lot of moments and some calls in the game that normally with this United team, you might have seen some indifference and some poor decisions being made due to what happened, to what was said or what was done to them in a way. But they held their own today, and we saw good performances all around the park today. Certainly thinking that Cunha could have played the 90 minutes. I probably would have taken Mbeumo off, in my honest opinion. I think Mbeumo was a little bit tired, and maybe Cunha would have had a little bit more energy to take it to the 90. I liked what he was doing down the left, to be honest. looks like I might be having a second hot chip this year. It's not looking good, bruv. But for Manchester United, it's 4 in a row. I won't say slow, but certainly 4 in a row. And it's good times, people. It's very much good times. And I would say to each and every one of you, if you're whoever is watching, when you look at the table, which I am going to bring up now, it definitely makes things very interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. It definitely puts a brand new light on what is going on. As you can see, I have to hit the.
I did say when one of our possible, I think the last one, before the last week's possible outcome, I told Tesh that brethren would end up cutting his hair. That brethren will end up cutting his hair after West Ham, and yeah, it looks like it's gonna happen.
Interesting. Yeah, Jack Sesko could have brought the ball down and time to sing a 3-minute song to be understanding, you know what I mean? But it's interesting. You know, but if you look at this, I'm gonna zoom in, guys, so you know we might lose out some of the information. But you know, I just really want to highlight the top 4, you know, to be honest. You know, and when I say that, folks, let me be a little bit nice to Chelsea. A little bit nice. Since oh shit. I hate when this shit happens. That's a little bit too nice.
What's going on?
All right.
You want to kick Chelsea out?
No. My brethren and them is Chelsea fans. Now shout out to the guys and them, you know, in the WhatsApp group as call them all the time. But I just wanted to highlight these things right here, guys. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'm gonna just make it a little bigger so you can see the point. You can see the point tally as well. You know, we want to see points on the table. Hold on. This thing has been the worst, you know, bro. Anyway, I'll zoom it on a little bit so you can get the points. Yeah, so that's it in a nutshell there, right? So Arsenal are on top of the table right now in first place with 53 points. They are still to play. Of course, you know, United in the early game of this game week. Of course, Man City is in second place on 47 points. Aston Villa sit in third with 46 points, and Man United, after their 25th game of the season, is in fourth with 44 points, 4 points clear of Chelsea FC, you know, 5 points clear of the chasing pack, Liverpool, and of course the others who are still on the 30-point margin of the table. And there are 7 teams down there that are winning within a touching distance. You know, there are 2 teams on 36 points, not only including Liverpool, Brentford as well. And of course, below them is Sunderland, who is also on 36 points. Below Sunderland are 2 teams that are on 34 points, Fulham and Everton. So it's very close running there, guys, in the running, however you want to say it. But it's very, very close. And the reason why it's going to be very, very interesting, I mean, good luck on your wins today, my brother. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to make any fun or poke any fun at your team, but I'm just highlighting that, you know, you're now 4 points behind Man United, who's now on a 4-game winning streak in a row, 7 games unbeaten in the Prem so far in 7 games, you know, 5 wins, 2 draws from 7. That's really, really interesting. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since we've had a run like that, especially when the end of the run has 4 consecutive wins on it. And you know what? we welcome all those coming. And in the next coming games from Manchester United, we will take a quick look at that. Of course, everyone probably wanting to know what we are looking at coming up very shortly. You know, it's going to get very interesting because Man United, you know, we will play another. I think we have another home game. No, we are away in the next 2 games. And we played our 3 home games for the month of February, folks. It included Fulham, Spurs. Well, Arsenal was the one before that. Now we have the likes of West Ham away and Everton. The West Ham game is Tuesday 10th. Of course, folks, don't forget, you know, it's going to be 8 o'clock in the afternoon. We will certainly be here to take it in. And of course, we have also coming up the following week, Everton versus Man United away. These 2 away games will be very interesting. And to be honest, I think if and as long as Manchester United secures 3 points against West Ham, I think it puts us in a very, very good position because a lot of fans looking at the table, they're looking at what Man United is doing, but you know, you also have to pay attention to what the other teams are doing as well. Because when I say this, in the next 5 game weeks, the teams above and below Man United will all face each other. So it gets really interesting at that point when you look at Man City, their next 5 games. If you look at Liverpool and their next 5 games, it gets really interesting, guys. And this is why I say, you know, there is a potential for a shock Premier League finish this season. Maybe not contention to win the league, but certainly in contention to make a certain, you know, impact on where other teams finish in the top 4 or top 6. It could get very interesting because there's a lot of games to be played. Of course, Chelsea face Wolves away. You know, Arsenal are at home to Sunderland. Aston Villa are away at Bournemouth. Man City are away at Liverpool. That will be tomorrow. That is the very interesting game. And like I will say to each and everyone, I hope for a draw. Liverpool draw means that they get stuck in the pack, stuck in a battle for top 6 with those chasing who are only 2 points behind them. If any of those teams win, they could be on level points with Liverpool. And Man City, a draw for Man City keeps them very, very close to Man United. With 1 win, Man United would be only 1 point away off of Man City. Also puts them under pressure because, you know, they have Villa, who is 1 point behind them. And they could see themselves being leapfrogged in the following game week. It can get very interesting, folks. Stay tuned for more because guess what? The Premier League week is heating up. The final 13 games are where it's at, people. I've been telling everyone the league does not finish before it begins, and it only begins in January. Of course, there's the warm-up, the first 20 games. You know, it's always a warm-up. Because as long as you keep yourself within touching distance, the last 18 is where it matters, where everyone's in form, you know what you need to do, and you can just go out there and do it. When it's early, there's still things that could happen, big injuries and all these sorts of things. You want Man City to beat Liverpool? Why would you want that? You know what I mean? He hopes Sunderland can draw or beat Arsenal. Well, I mean, I would like to see Sunderland win against Arsenal, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if it will happen. I think Arsenal might just be a bit too strong for them. They did have a very impressive turnout in the first match against Arsenal, but we will see how it goes. We will see how it goes, folks. You know what I mean? And just to take a little look at the upcoming fixtures, you know, my Chelsea brethren is in the building. You know, just to do him a quick favor, you know, because, you know, he needs to know how, you know, I don't know, folks. Maybe it gets more interesting. Hold on. Let me get up the table because, yeah, the next 3 games, the table could get a little bit more concrete. And when I say a little bit more concrete, guys, in the next 3 games, if you don't win, you could find yourself chasing 6 points behind top 5. Because if Liverpool loses or draws to Man City, if Brentford wins and Sunderland wins, it's a battle. If Chelsea wins and separates themselves, Liverpool are under immense pressure because they will be facing a direct challenge from Brentford and Sunderland, who would be both on 39 points if they were to win today. It will get very interesting. Fulham and Everton are not far off. Newcastle is also on 33 points, tied with Bournemouth. It gets very, very interesting. Now, if we take a look at Man City really quickly, 2 minutes before we go, because, I just wanted to mention this to everyone because this is where this is where it gets really interesting in the Premier League the next couple of weeks. It gets really, really interesting because when these big teams start playing each other, folks, points are dropped. And in the next 4 games, Man City has their game today. Tomorrow is against Liverpool. They have Fulham after that. Then Newcastle. They have Leeds away. Following that, it's where it gets really nice because, well, what is this? They have Forest, they have West Ham, and they have Crystal Palace, which is a replay that pushes one of their match with Chelsea further back, which they have in a run with Arsenal as well. This run of fixtures that takes us to the 18th of April makes things very interesting, folks. And when I say that, I mean it. It can see a situation where Man City is struggling to remain in the top 4. And a lot of people might laugh at that, but it's not really laughable because when you look at how the form is and you look at where their competition is coming from, they could be short on points. It's not at all the league that you normally know with Man City. Usually they play the top teams in the top 6 in their first 7 games of the last 18 games. Now they're playing them in the last 10, which makes things very difficult because of the points they have dropped. Has been to a lot, not just big teams, but a lot of the mid-table teams as well. Chelsea, if we look at their next couple fixtures, they have Wolves away, then they face Leeds at home, and then they host Burnley. Easy points to pick up, but the difficulty comes in the first week of March, and it doesn't end until the end of March because Chelsea has Arsenal. The following Wednesday, they have Aston Villa. And then on the following Saturday, they have Newcastle. It's an interesting run of fixtures that takes them all the way away to Everton. So 3 away games and 1 game at home for Chelsea in the month of March. And this is where I think Rossinier will earn his money because this is where it gets really difficult for Chelsea. And guys, I'm just mentioning that because, like I wanted to say to you all, it's a good performance from Man United. If we can only maintain, then it puts us in a very strong position that we could have a very high top 4 finish this season, folks. And of course, not everyone would want to see it. But again, the current top 4, it is what it is. And we can't deny it. And this is what it looks like. So you know what, guys? Big up to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us. Man United win 2-0 against the Spurs. Revenge has been had for the 4 defeats of last season. And of course, guys, you know what? Glory, glory, Man United. Welcome to Mark and MUFC fan channel. It's the home for all the international Man United football fans where you want to watch and enjoy and love Manchester United. Big up to my brother Drex and D-Hub TV. Guys, don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe. And if you have the time, please check out his channel. His possible outcome stream, I tell you, it's world class. He doesn't know it, but it's world class. You know what I mean? And I can tell you guys, if you watch that, your FPL will certainly be interesting. And if you, I don't know about typical, but if you do the betting thing, folks, you might want to take in his possible outcomes on a Friday night. It will get interesting for you. But you will see what I'm saying. Guys, we're in 4th. What can I tell you? I'm happy. I'm enjoying it. United is back. No more scammering. and we are on the road. Let's see how it goes, guys. Big up to Drex coming in. Shout out to each and every one of you coming.
Baby.